Ouch, kabibbles.
Ooh.
I screamed and pulled my hand back, but I knocked the top of the grill off, and coals went everywhere, and there was fire. It was wild.
That's cray.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Don't be like me.
That's a lesson for don't touch the grill.
Yeah,
I learned it really
honestly.
quickly.
All right, we found a lull. Perfect. Time to start.
Woohoo!
Episode number 68. This one's called Charged and Charging, which I think is a fun combo of words because they mean different things, even though they're almost the same. Last time, there was a mad rush. It was the first few moments of the life of a bunch of giant baby sea turtles who rushed towards the ocean. And we spent a considerable amount of effort trying to save as many as possible. We were extremely successful. In comparison to how many turtles could have been lost, we say we got 10 times as many saved instead. But in the process of defending these giant baby sea turtles from their giant predators, Arvistan did get eaten by a big seagull, which did result in his second untimely death. Of the 2 deaths in our party so far, Arvistan is the clear victor at this point. He set a record that's going to be hard to beat. When Ravi restored him with a Revivify spell, he expended the use of a few diamonds, and as a result of casting the spell on Arvistan, the diamonds should have disintegrated, turned into dust, and floated away. Instead, they rotted like old fruit. And one of you asked, I think Ravi asked Sequus, hey, is that supposed to happen? And he said, definitely not, and don't do that anymore. So, fingers crossed at this point, Arvistan won't die again. But he is like the best at it, so we'll see.
I don't like how you say that.
You know what's gonna happen? One of us is gonna lay down our lives for you. Because we're gonna be like, no, we don't want Arvisan gone.
Again?
Gonna die.
Again.
You are killed in extremely brutal ways.
It's not like I wanted to. I mean, the first one I deserved it, but come on.
Second one, it just got circumstances were leveled
happened.
against you.
Yeah, like
Well, let's be
shit.
fair, it didn't just happen.
It just happened.
You shot at it.
You were shooting at the bird and it came and got you. But you did save Ajite in the process.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I was picked up, the bird would have dropped me and screamed and ran. I'm just saying.
There was no way I could have known that. No, not even you. Okay, so that's not fair.
Where we left off the last episode was immediately after we had revived Arvistan. So we're picking up this episode next to the carcass of this giant seagull. And it is indeed like a massive beached carcass because we have partially exploded it. Kriv has dug out from underneath it. We had to rip Arvistan out from its insides. So Ravi has a handful of rotten diamonds. Is there anything in particular you want to do with those?
I want to keep them. Can I have them?
I'll split them between me and her. I would like to have people take a look at them if I ever get the chance.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to do with this newly revived Arvistan? I mean, this is a very recent and distressing situation.
Slap him upside the head.
Like if it was my fault. What the hell?
Yeah. Says you.
Really?
It was you. Why is it never the
Really?
rest of us?
Wow. Wow. You know what? Everything hurts. I don't want to deal with this right now.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Walk away?
No, talk to the hand because my fence is too much for you. Okay.
Oh, it sounds like you said that before, but I know you haven't. He's keeping
sure.
the hand up for so long.
High five. Ugh.
What's the plan? I mean, you were woken up early in the morning by those sea turtles hatching. And it was a pretty quick affair to get them to the ocean. So it's still morning at this point.
Can you walk?
Nap time.
I'm a little bit wobbly, but some help would be nice.
Or a nap.
Can you walk at all?
I mean, a little bit, but I don't have any much strength in me right now. I just
Okay, but did you
died.
ask God if you're capable of walking?
God, please don't strike me again. Am I able to walk?
Which god are you asking?
Whichever god. The god of the ocean and fishes.
Well, that god would not answer you.
It's a god that is the dungeon master called Dave Nichols.
Oh, you're asking me if you can walk? There's nothing that should stop you from walking. The revitalize
Okay.
spell has been cast on you. For as far as anyone is aware, it has successfully brought you back to life.
Okay.
I think
perfect.
Ravi
I
even
don't know.
healed you afterward.
I don't know if that means anything. The last time he was brought back, he was fucked. He was done fucked.
It's true, but we don't know if that was the Revivify spell. We don't know what spell he cast on Arvistan.
That is
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Just as bad, just saying.
I'm just saying it's a fair question whether or not you can walk. I don't know.
Well, now we know that I'm not undead and I can actually die. So he didn't do anything like that to me.
We've killed the undead. They
What?
can also die. That doesn't rule out anything, dude.
I mean, it rules out that. I mean,
Nope.
it kind of does, because you guys didn't burn me with fire, so
We could test it.
no,
Are we
thank you.
supposed to
Everything hurts right now, so I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No.
Anybody want, like, this bird? You want to eat it?
I'm just gonna walk up to it a little bit, grab a knife, and stab it a couple of times, and say, "I hate you. I hate you.
It's
I hate you."
dead.
I'm
It
going
doesn't
to get
matter.
my armor way back over on yonder.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Yes.
forgot you had run away.
Ravi's got to dress himself. Hajde makes an interesting point. This is a large bird, much larger than any other bird that you've seen before, and all of its proportionally larger bird parts are here and available for you if you had an idea of anything that you wanted to do with them. And for instance, that not only includes massive amounts of gull meat that you could be eating. You don't necessarily have a means to store it right now, so it wouldn't last you forever. But it has a huge beak, talons, giant feathers. You've got massive feathers on this thing.
Ooh.
I don't know what you'd want to do with any of those, but if you had a plan or an idea, or maybe you're banking on the thought that you may at some point have an idea of what to do with them. I wouldn't grab too much because it is very big. Remember we said a 200-foot wingspan is not something that's practical to carry around on an adventure. But a couple feathers might not be out of the question.
I want feathers.
What kind of feathers?
Hmm.
We got big
What
tail
color?
feathers and big feathers
I
on the
want-
way. This is a gull, so they're white.
Okay.
Soft neck feathers.
The scritchin feathers?
Yeah.
I'll get a tail one.
Are they like the size of us?
What these soft, like kind of like under feathers that Hajite is talking about would be like the size of a big pillow, right? They kind of curl around on themselves, and they're just meant to keep the bird warm or to keep its temperature regulated while it's flying around. Some of the other ones, like these guidance feathers, the feathers on the wings or on the tail, are going to be very long, probably like the length of a canoe.
The tail ones?
Yeah, those are the biggest ones.
And we float on it.
You can try.
I want a talon.
This is a
What
science
about
episode.
what about the feathers on the wings? How big are they?
They're also pretty big, just not as big as the tail ones. I'd say they'd stand as tall as you do.
That won't work. Okay.
You've got your pick, though. I mean, it's a whole bird. You could search around. Is there a size of feather that you're particularly interested in? Said
You're
that
not going to
won't
get
work.
like hand-sized,
It's not going to be that big, no.
arm-sized.
Hajite, we found the smallest one, and like I said, around yay big.
Does it have any like properties to it?
What do you mean?
Like because my train of thought here is like get the feather into like some kind of crafted bow or stuff like that. Would it like?
It's an interesting thought. You consider the properties of a feather that you find in real life, right? Like that you find outside. Maybe you find like a turkey feather or something. That's my inner American speaking to you. They got turkeys down in Venezuela, right? Do they?
No, yeah.
Turkey feather. So we all know what we're talking about. It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
stiff, right? Even what's the part
Yeah,
of
it
the
goes
feather
like
that comes
thick
off?
into like it goes like really thick into like really thin.
Yeah, it's not like a
Yeah.
clump of hair or something where you can just like brush it around, but it's like a
Yeah.
little bit pliable. Now, just like multiply that in size and in strength and durability up several times. You're not going to be able to bend this with your hands. Just like it's not going to be able to work too well. But a bow is made out of like a tree or sapling or a branch that you probably couldn't bend with your hands either. That's why they like put a considerable effort
Yeah,
to get the
considerable
drawstring
effort
on.
to it.
It takes a lot of work to do that. It might be
They are
possible.
called barbs.
It might be plausible.
Feathers are also hollow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like reminding myself, like, okay, those little things in the inside are like, yeah, nah. I'm gonna get one of the tail feathers and just shave like the feather of it part and just leave the rib the thing in the middle
It's all right.
away.
Yeah, I don't know the words for all of this stuff either.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm
So
not
I'm
an
just
ornithologist. I don't know the breakdown of all the parts of a feather.
So you
I'm
just
just
want
going
the
what it's-
shaft of the feather?
Yeah,
Step-
technically. Like leave the middle part away and just keep the feathery thingies.
Oh, he's getting rid of the vein.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of the vein. There you go.
So you don't want the stiff part. You want
No.
the extras. Okay.
Yes.
You'll probably have to spend a little bit of time removing that. You might need to get like an implement, like one of your knives, to like cut through it to get that all peeled off.
Yeah.
And then you can like kind of bundle that up and really like shrink down the size of it into
Sweet.
something a little bit
Awesome.
more manageable.
Yeah.
Hajite can have a big feathery pillow feather from the neck of the seagull. And like most seagulls, they usually are pretty taut into their shoulders with their heads. But once it's dead, and you can see how long its neck really is, so there's a lot there to work with. So you could really get the pick of whatever type of feather you want. I heard Crib say that they wanted a talon.
Yeah, I don't know what size that is.
All right. My chair
Yeah.
is about how big that talon's going to be. If we take the wheels off, think about the seat of the chair and on the back.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. I did think before I said out loud that I thought it'd be...
You could strap it to your back. It's not super heavy, but you will need to like carry it with you. It's going to be prominent on your person.
Yeah, I would not know what to do with it either.
What about the beak?
That's huge.
Oh God. Uh-uh.
You, dude.
The beak is going to be as long as one of the tail feathers at the very least. Removing
Okay.
it's going to be difficult, but possible. You just have to take time to do it.
Yeah.
And you'd probably have to drag it like a sled. Like you're not going to carry that on you, but you could rig something up to tow it behind you.
Damn, all my ideas are just going away.
None of these things.
I think
I'm thinking about ways that we could maybe sell. Like this can't be a normal thing for people to just like down.
It was
It
exceptionally
doesn't-
difficult for the four of you, and you're, comparative to the general populace, pretty powerful.
I can't imagine its stuff being worthless. You know?
To that end, if you do make a sled out of like the upper part of its beak, you could load up that sled with parts of it that you think might be of value.
Hmm.
We are going to a trade town, right? We're going to the port town of Mazout.
You think Shell would drag it?
How the talon, like the very end of it, just like the pointy.
Right.
How big? Like, can I grab one of them and just like get the point of it and turn it into a dagger?
A dagger might be
Or is it
difficult.
too big?
It's pretty big. It's sharp in the sense of the scale of it, right? Like when people say, like if you say like a Tyrannosaurus's tooth is sharp, and if you
Yeah.
hold one in your hand, it's not like you're going to cut yourself on it, but like the force in that, it's going to
Yeah,
be
exactly.
sharp in that context. So it's a big thing that the strength of the bird lends its sharpness to.
But would it be? It's gonna be way too big for it to be transformed into a dagger, right?
It would depend on the smith that you take it to.
Okay. I'll take one dagger as well. One dagger. Oh my god. One talent as well. The smallest one that I can get.
A
That
small
it's
one?
still gonna a small one that's still gonna be way too big. Obviously.
They're all really big, yeah.
Yeah. But I'll just look for like the smallest one and just grab that one.
Right, it's gonna be at least as big as like a backpacking backpack, like a
All right.
mountaineer's backpack.
Yeah. Perfect. No problem.
Okay, so we've got a feather, a pillowy feather, and a couple of talons, and the ribbing off of a tail feather. And we're happy with that. Ravi's getting armor that he already acquired.
Do we need meat for our other bird?
Shell's already eating some of it.
Luna as well.
That's fair. She helped break into it.
As far as need, we do have Ravi's capable of casting Create Food and Water, which is fine for serving your needs as long as you're willing to sacrifice that spell slot to get that every day. You should be okay for that.
Yeah, I think we should be okay.
I was just thinking how the bird's been a problem because of food.
Yeah, right. Eat as much as you possibly can, bird.
She'll be gorging herself, and as you say that, she'll turn and look at you and shake her head, and a little spray of blood will come off of her. She just got her face coated, and Luna's face is coated too. She turns around and look at Arvistan with her tongue lolling out.
Enjoy yourself, girl. Enjoy yourself.
I'm tired of being covered in blood.
It feels like our new thing.
You have the sea right there, although it's not a bathtub.
Well, for the sake of last time, I did throw a tantrum and sit in the water.
I think I'd rinse off too. I got squished.
A lot of sand, at least, for Crave.
Smelly bird.
Everything.
You won't get it all off. because especially on the shore, it's all mixed up in the water anyway as it's crashing in. But you can get the bulk of it off. At least get yourself into a situation where you'll be annoyed where it's in creases, like in your pits and stuff.
Get my own blood off.
Chafing.
That kind of thing where, like, if you get in the car, you're gonna be like, how's all this sand in the car? I washed off, but it was all still there.
We haven't gone out yet, right?
We have not left yet.
Mm-mm.
Besides me, was there anything else in this giant ass bird's belly of interest?
Big baby sea turtles.
Nothing else. Nothing of
Oh,
interest.
hey, did it swallow any of those whole?
Whole is a good question. Kind of.
Yeah.
It didn't chew any of them, if that's what you're asking, but some of them might have been cracked a little bit. We trying to get a turtle shell out of there?
Yeah. We're good.
Could probably get one if you wanted one.
It's big, and I'm not trying to be a Ninja Turtle, so.
It's that size. Yeah, that's what you'd be doing. Okay.
I'm good. Let's go. After they're done eating. I don't want to eat it. I'm kind of grossed out.
It's kind of gross.
I take a shower in the ocean, just rinse everything off.
Okay. You'll see Arvistan swim in through the waves. He crashes through the surface like a dolphin. Flips through the air a little bit. Back down before he comes back to shore.
He was like covered in bile.
On everything.
Blood.
Yeah, he was bad messed up. He was dead.
Mm.
Ravi will come back with his armor. You see him connecting the last couple of pieces.
Did you all find what you want?
Did the stomach acid affect his armor?
Arvistan's?
Yeah.
No, his armor is like a shark skin. It's a little more protective against that than his skin would have been, or that leather armor would have been.
Cool. Oh yeah, we got what we wanted.
Yeah, I
You
think we
can't
good.
tell? Look at the two of them. They're dressed in large claw.
What are you gonna do with the claw?
I'm gonna try and make a dagger out of this, or two. It seems pretty strong, stronger than my kitchen knives.
How about you, Griv?
I wasn't gonna take one when I realized how big they were with my brain that's definitely looking at them. I don't know what I would do with that.
Fair enough.
All right. It's too bad it's not a creature with a tooth. I would have loved a tooth.
That would have been interesting.
Skull?
I cannot have the skull. There are limits.
Oh, there are.
You could live inside one of those skulls.
That's a first.
You could die in one of them too, apparently.
I mean, all right. Let's get a move on it.
Okay.
I'm tired of nature.
Well, on the bright side, we're going to a place that there will be no nature, only snow.
Oh,
I'm sad about that.
Should be fun. But it's still a little ways away. We've still got to make it to town before we can even think about getting there. And then we've got a significant amount of ocean to cross.
yeah.
So we start trekking again along the beach. Heavy footfalls in the sand. It's not fun to walk in sand, but it's better than walking through the underbrush in the jungle, where it's hot and sticky. You walk for a couple of hours before the rainy season really starts to kick in. And the clouds roll in and that heavy monsoon downpour starts and doesn't show any signs of letting up. So water just crashes down around you. It's forming puddles in the sand. The waves pick up a little bit, but the ocean is even accustomed to this change in weather. It's not going to react too fervently. But it does make the trek a little bit more miserable. As much as you may like rain, it's not fun to walk on the beach for hours and hours in. You'll walk for the rest of the day till it starts to get dark, and it will not stop raining. Rains down in a sheet that makes a gray curtain that almost makes it difficult to see more than 30 feet in front of you. So much water coming down. It starts getting dark, just a little bit darker than it has been with all this rain falling, but dark enough to help remind you all of how tired you are and how recently dead you are.
I don't suppose that I know if we're close to any kind of forest canopy that we could maybe get a little bit of shelter from the rain, correct?
There's a little. You're not far away from the jungle at any point. It's easier to walk on the beach than to walk in the jungle, but it will probably be easier to take shelter under the trees than it is out here next to the sea. Who here? I don't think we've ever really had to find shelter from this sort of weather. Who here feels like they would be the most capable of creating some sort of shelter to help stave off the rain?
I'll try it. Why not?
Okay, Arvistan. What's your
What
plan?
would this?
Tell me what. We're not just going to make a check. You're going to tell me.
Oh wait, no,
what you
never
want to
mind.
do
Not
first.
not me. Not me. No, never mind. Oh God, no, never mind. Not me.
Rangers are good in surviving in the wild. They don't have a good handle on it.
Yeah, and if it's a performance, thing afterwards, I got a
It's
minus
not
2.
performance,
So
it's
I can tell
survival,
you.
Holmes.
I
You're
Perform.
surviving.
it's a performance of making like
No,
how
no,
you
no,
make the
no.
stuff.
Want it to be a
No.
performance?
And
It does not have
performance
to
have
be
several
pretty.
meanings.
It's
Jason.
not that though.
It does have several meanings, and I will have you make a performance check, but it's going to primarily going to be a survival check.
Survival.
Performance is just for if it's pretty.
We're going to see how good it looks with a performance check.
All right.
But before you roll any checks, I want to know what the plan is.
Like a lean-to.
Just grab a couple of the big birds.
We got two main
tail
problems,
feather.
right? We got two main issues.
Okay.
The rain is falling in a huge downpour. So we've got to.
Mhm.
These guys aren't meant, especially Hajite, we're not meant for rain like this. We can't sleep with all that rain coming down on us. We'll catch cold.
Mhm.
So we got to stop the rain from coming onto our heads. Secondary problem, the floor is soaked. It's covered in mud and puddles. So whatever shelter we build, in order to sleep, we're going to have to get off the ground.
Huh.
We have a ton of wood of rope. So much rope.
We have an indiscriminate amount of rope. Like any good adventuring party, there is a question mark length of rope always available.
Oh yeah. I think
Okay.
a lot.
Okay. Let's see. So, I'm gonna grab. I'm guessing we're still there.
You've got a whole jungle in front of you. You've got all this
Yeah.
sand on the beach. You've got ocean water right there.
And I got a
We've-
big dead bird.
No, we've
right
walked a
there.
very long time
We
since
walked
then.
out of there.
No,
Mhm.
yeah. I asked you if you
Oh.
wanted anything. You've got the two talons.
I mean, yeah, no,
One
but
talon.
I was gonna use the tail feathers to cover us to make it as a TP, and then need with
Oh,
the
that would have been
rope
great.
like a hammock.
Oh,
And
would've
that
been
was
so
my
fun.
idea.
What a fun little shelter we would have made out of bird parts. I love it. It would have been great.
But yeah, nope, not me. I don't know. I can do the hammock part, but I would just grab a bunch of like giant trees and stuff like that and bring them down,
Leaves, you mean?
like
Branches.
branches. There you go.
Okay. So we're getting like we're hoping that there's enough coverage on these branches.
Yeah,
Because,
just
yeah,
grab a
we're
bunch.
close to the ocean. We're going to be finding like banana
Like
tree leaf type,
banana. Yeah.
like those big covering, large green shapes that we could try to use.
Yeah. So I'm
how
making
are you getting up there?
climbing.
I
I
got
got
an area
Only
yeah.
where
strength
there are
I'm gonna
large
use
rocks.
I'm gonna use a rope to tie it around and just go like.
Someone's
Yeah.
got jumpy boots too, right?
Jumpy
Oh,
boots.
jumpy boo. Who has jumpy
Robbie.
boots? Robbie.
Someone.
We need a strength athletics check from whoever's climbing to gather these branches and leaves.
Are we on a coastal area where there's like large rocks?
It's not as rocky as all that. There are some around, but it depends. Are you trying to gather them, like move them from one place to
Bigger.
another?
Bigger.
Bigger even than
Huge
that?
rocks.
That'll be a 15
Like climbing
strength
rocks.
athletic check.
There are rocks that we could potentially climb on. They don't appear so much once you get into the jungle.
Hmm.
15 on the strength athletics check.
You can get up a tree and start cutting. You're going to use a dagger. You're going to use one of your knives.
The dagger.
All right. And are we just going to watch Jarvistan do this? He seems pretty confident. I don't know.
I would probably use my jumpy boots to jump up into the tree and also start like tossing some leaves down.
Do we have a cutting implement for Ravi? He doesn't naturally possess one.
You want my knife again?
I have a sickle.
The sickle would be perfect.
Great.
That's the
I'm gonna
ideal.
collect.
I carry it for other people to use on plants.
Okay. So we're looking.
I'm gonna collect.
Okay, that's a good idea. Somebody's got to pick them up on the ground. We're looking at using branches to sort of make like a skeletal roof structure, and then we're going to use these leaves to, cover across them to try to stop the rain from coming in. What's the plan to get off the floor?
I'm going to need because I like fishing and stuff like that. I'm gonna do like a net with the rope, a shape of a net. That way, it's like making like a hammock.
Okay.
Do you mean like using multiple trees and making like a grid?
I think he's using just the rope right now.
Yeah,
Right,
Yes.
with the rope. On
Yeah,
the tree.
there's a. I'm just gonna put them like that way. It's like a square wise between four.
Yeah, see,
trees.
he's making a grid with the rope.
Okay. Is it okay if we don't get a square and just get?
I mean, whatever it is here. Yeah,
a
anything.
somewhat open area. We don't want to go
Triangle.
Too big. I was thinking we might go more pentagon.
Okay, sure.
Not equidistant. You're just kind of like a spider web would just be like
Yeah,
stretching across whatever's available.
yeah. That's.
We don't want to go too big because then we're using too many resources.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting just like a small enough area to be large enough to accommodate everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get that survival check to put all of it together. And then the performance check to see how it looks.
Survival +4. Nice. That'll be 18.
Okay. So functionally, it should be okay. Frank Lloyd Wright is impressed so far. Let's see if the form follows function, though.
13 minus 2, 11.
All right. It's not the prettiest thing. You wouldn't want to stay here more than a night.
Yeah.
And as you're looking at it, you've seen kind of there's not a terrific pattern to the net that Arstan has weaved. It's really just he was taking the rope between all of the trees back and forth and then like crossing it over in various places and just kind of like tying it off as much as possible until it's kind of the holes aren't big enough for anyone to fall through. It doesn't look good. And it's going to be a mess to get all untangled. It's like pulling out all the Christmas lights. It's just, your rope is all one big knot that you're going to sleep on now. But that's okay, because we're on our way to Mizzou. They have a fancy inn there with nice beds, feather pillows that you all have to look forward to. So we just have to grin and bear this for a little bit until we get there. You'll all pile up onto the net. This is going to include a soaking wet Luna. So that smell of wet dog is going to be permeating the whole time.
And a soaking wet.
A soaking wet Shell, who is massive, is going to sink that net in her spot. So while everyone's laying on it, you're going to be rolling over and pressed up onto each other, all kind of like towards that big bird epicenter. I hope you're all really good friends, because we're going to be pretty close tonight. And you're wet, but not getting wetter.
Woohoo!
I just fall asleep immediately.
Yeah, for Armstead, he doesn't care. He likes Luna. He already smells like a wet dog most of the time.
And I love the water, so I'm good.
He slept in the river before, so he should be okay. Agite is going to be miserable for you. Just not a great night of sleep. And creating this small area of not torrential downpour has made a haven for blood-sucking insects that just sort of flit around and buzz around on everybody all night.
Hey, guys. Hey.
What's up?
Arsene's already asleep.
Is
Yeah,
there
I'm
a
passed
way?
out.
Is there a way we can have a tiny? I want to light this incense. I have bug repelling incense. Potentially, I don't actually know for sure.
I have fire.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it, and I'll kind of like motion to the highest point of where the net is. You put it over there, it probably won't light the rope on fire. The ropes are wet enough as it is. I don't think that's a real concern.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be flaming. Just polling. Okay, I want to do that. I want to light bug incense.
All right. We'll light up our incense. Get a smoky smell going through this little shelter.
Better than a dog smell.
It's both.
Oh, fun. Spicy. It's like Febrezing a garbage can.
Nah.
It's like, ooh, now I have flowers and garbage.
It's a lot like that, yes. We'll get some sleep tonight. I think the roughest nights are for Ajite and Ravi, who are the least accustomed to these sorts of things. But we've been doing this for months now. There have been a lot of times where we've been outside. This is just kind of one of the worst ones. We haven't been out in this heavy rain, in this thick, humid jungle so often. But you do get some sleep, and it's at least enough of a rest to count for recharging your magical abilities. And I don't think you two were hurt very badly either, so you can get those hit points back. Armstrong's going to get a nice night's sleep. This level of closeness with his newfound family is a real boon for him. He's got a new zest for life after having recently perished a second time. So there's not really much that can damper his current spirits. And for Kriv, you're sort of a mountain person, kind of an outdoors type to begin with. So it's not a far cry from what you're already used to either.
Plus, I was severely injured and ready to sleep.
Yeah, Kriv was hurt very badly. physically and emotionally by baby sea turtles. So
Right.
it was a good time for rest. So everybody can get a full rest. We can get all our hit points back, get all of your spell slots back. In the morning, it is still raining.
You know, I had heard stories of the rainy season. I took them too lightly.
What do you mean?
I mean, you heard tales of the jungles where it rained for days on end, but this is like serious rain. In Corenia, we times get like mistings and stuff and overcast for days, but this is way more intense.
You guys don't like the rain? I love it. It's pretty awesome.
I like the rain when I can get out of it.
Makes sense.
Everything is so goddamn wet here. I hate the rain. Let's.
All right.
I don't want to come back to this island ever again.
Rain
I
is your best friend.
Any of it. Let's get out of here, man.
This will likely be one of Hajate's first experiences with athlete's foot.
Oh,
Which is not going to severely hinder you anyway, but you're going to have just a fun itchiness in your toes. We're having wet feet that are moving too much all day.
oh yeah.
Sand also will irritate them as you continue to walk. Somebody's got to have a bad day.
Oh yeah. Somebody.
Grib doesn't wear
Somebody.
shoes, so
you
they're okay.
should try that.
You want to kick your shoes off? It might help.
No. Can't stand the mushy ground in the first place.
Okay, and we're ready to set off for another day, fully rested this time.
Yes, sir.
All right. It rains the whole time that you're walking. You can't tell the difference between this day and the last. Seems a little bit darker even. Like there might be more rain somehow. But there's no way. You're already soaking wet. There's no way to tell any difference between this and what was happening before. You go for, I'd say, about half of the day before I need everybody to make a quick perception check. It's tough to see with this downpour.
24.
24, holy crap.
Good job.
Dirty 20.
9.
Woo, 9.
Not excited because I have a +7, but I rolled 2.
Okay. Well, Ravi will be the most perceptive at this point. The rain's coming down hard and constant. We've got waves crashing up on the shore. They're getting larger the further along that you go. And then you'll see coming, just piercing in through the din, on the beach, spires, rock, sticking up out of the ground. At first you see one big one. It looks like a tree almost, made of stone. Sticks up out of the sand. And as you guys continue to walk forward, eventually, Arvistan will see it. Everybody will see this kind of like spire sticking up out of the ground. And as you get closer to it, you see a couple more a little bit further along. And the closer and closer you get to it, the more recognizable it becomes to Kriv. There's a special kind of rock that forms when lightning strikes sand. So it's like in the shape of a bolt of lightning coming up out of the beach.
But it's huge?
It's like they're between 6 and 9 feet tall.
Whoa. You guys, I don't know. That might be bad.
What is it? It's pretty.
It's fulgurite. It's when lightning essentially kind of melts sand together. It's like my focus. Except they're usually like this size. They're usually maybe not
Huh.
that I've seen.
The closest one's still about 50 feet ahead.
A god? Now's about a good time to insult a god, Arviston.
Which one? The sea one? The fish one?
Lightning one.
Either one, really.
Any of them.
Apparently, you just have chats with him.
So, is this stone like a symbol of your deity, or is this just a thing that happens?
I mean, it happens naturally. I made a handful of pieces myself back when we were in the desert. I can't say I know I've seen something quite like this. It's not comforting to look at.
I want to investigate closer. Is it weird?
So you're saying that it's not normal for them to be in this large?
No.
We're about 50 feet away from the closest one right now, Hajite. How close do you want to get to inspect it? Right up on it?
Yes, unless you get like a, I don't know, you know that crackly feeling when you're around electricity?
I know the one
I
when
wanna-
you're getting shocked.
I want to avoid, well, you know, how, like,
Like your hair standing up.
yeah, like putting your hand on one of the ball things.
Smell it too. Here, I realized I actually have mine here. I have other little bits, but they're little.
But I don't want to like feel static. If I start feeling static, I'll stop.
Okay. Ajite will start heading forward to investigate this big piece of fulgurite coming out of the ground. As you go, the sand that you're stepping on is above the beach. There's a small layer, individual grains. They're just sort of hovering about a centimeter above the rest of them. As you step on them, it kind of like bends rather than sinking like the sand normally does.
Oh, I'm creeped out.
Suspends you a little bit over the ground.
Let's jump up and down and see what happens.
Okay, you do a big jump. As you land down, you break through that layer and hit the sand itself. You feel a buzz through your legs, like you stuck a wet plug into a socket.
Hey, Robbie?
Yep.
Does this look like a trap?
I'm going to look around for danger, I suppose.
Do you want to get closer to where Ajite is, or do you want to make a look from where you're at a little further back?
Don't step on it. It's floating.
There has been an emergency.
I fell through it.
Sorry, cats were fighting. I had to go save the day.
We had to break up a street fight first.
Sure did. So I will get closer until I'm about 10-ish feet away from Hazote.
Okay. Let's make another perception check. Take a look around.
I didn't know if it was like an inkling of maybe magic, maybe like a magic trap.
18.
We keep looking. You can see there are a lot more of these spires of fulgurite. You kind of cup over your hands. They try to block the water as rushing in.
Can I use my shield?
Yeah, you could do that. Get your shield up above to get yourself a little bit of an umbrella to be able to see forward. They keep going for probably a couple 100 feet down the beach, at least as far as you can see. But you do see something else when you're looking. There is a figure near the water's edge. You can see the water as it pushes up and sort of pressing up against them, almost as if they washed in from the ocean. Looks like a person.
Does it look like they're just standing in the water, or they look like they've been just pushed ashore like they're unconscious?
Definitely looks unconscious, maybe dead.
I don't know if it's a trap house or type, but there's somebody near the water. I need to go help. I'll be right back. Sorry, bye. I'll dash.
That's no good. I'm gonna get out of the thing I'm in.
Okay. Ravi is going to dash forward towards the unconscious person. As you head in that direction, a crackle of electricity springs from that closest piece of fulgurite and strikes you.
Oh, there it is.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
That's what I was worried about.
Oh,
You know,
buddy.
for me, not bad. It's not good enough, but that's a 10.
All right. Not good enough. You are going to take 31 points of lightning damage. The lightning bolt arcs straight out of that fulgurite. It hits Ravi. It springs from him to another spire and then to another and another. Ravi, you can see it hits one that's close to that body and then it strikes that body.
I'm assuming the body doesn't respond in any way.
It doesn't react.
I will back up a bit.
Bet you feel the buzz still.
Ugh.
Walking on that weird kind of like springy layer of sand that's hovering above the rest of the beach.
So are they're pretty close to the shore, aren't they?
They are. The waves touch them.
I'm going to cast Control Water,
All right.
and I'm going to try to surf the body around this electrical field up to a drier part of the beach.
When all of this is happening, I look at Criff and I tell them, I'm not gonna get close to that.
Yeah, don't,
No way in hell.
do that.
I'm gonna stay here and yeah.
Yeah, you stay back. You guys shouldn't get too close either. Call out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Yeah, get back here.
There's a body. I got to see if I can save it.
Well, don't get in the water and don't get closer.
Did that lightning just strike that body again? Ravi, get the hell away from it.
I am away from it, and
It's
I think I'm
dead.
like,
Ravi casts Control Water to try to
He's water bending.
move
Water
a wave
bending.
to pull the body up and closer, farther away from the water. As soon as it starts moving, a charge fires out from that closest piece of fulgurite to it. It strikes that body again. You can see that arc out to all the other spires and make like a little net.
Looks pretty dead, Ravi.
I'm sure it is. I'm confirming something. That anything human that gets within the range is going to get struck, so I think we have to destroy them. Or something. I'm going to continue to move the body closer to me.
Okay, it will continue to be struck by bolts of lightning.
Robbie!
So, like, if I were to move it into the ocean like a big loop-de-loop.
Move it out to the water.
Yeah, like I control the water to move, to kind of like surf the body and bring it around. Make it a big arc.
Probably get hit a couple more times as you move it back out into the water. But considering you're controlling water, I mean, you could move the water as it's out there in the ocean away from all these spires. You'd see little peels of light from underneath the surface of the water.
Oh no. Looks like we can't water walk either.
But it moves. Like, as you're moving it, it keeps getting struck by lightning. But you could definitely move it closer to where you are.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to continue doing that. Uh, can one of you two go out and into the jungle, see how far this thing goes back inland, see if we can walk around it, maybe?
Sure.
Maybe I should do that because I'm
Lightning resistant?
lightning. Yeah. I didn't spend enough time with Uncle Iroh to learn how to redirect it, but I can take the hit.
Okay, have fun.
Okay, Kriv, on your own, you go out into the jungle to search for more of these fires of Spogorite. There's still the downpour, this din of rain that makes it hard to see very far in front of you. It's a lot harder to see through all of the foliage in the jungle.
If we're looking, if I'm not just testing how far we can go around it, if we're looking, I have a different. Which I kind of want to
Do you want to look or what do you want to do? I guess it's up to you.
I don't know what information to even necessarily be looking for. I want to try doing a commune with nature
Okay, let's take a look at it.
before I probably go test distance. See if I can learn anything.
Going to try to commune with nature. We're going to talk to a spirit, right?
I haven't gone to page 224 yet. It got changed.
Oh, that's when a barbarian does it. Never mind. They have
Yeah.
like their own special version of commune with nature where they talk to a totem spirit that gives them that information. You will just gain the information by literally talking to nature itself.
Yeah.
It'll take a minute.
Yep.
Okay. Crave your head a little bit closer to the jungle. Cross your legs and plant yourself down in the sand. Start casting the commune with nature spell in order to gain a greater understanding of your surrounding area. Ravi will use his control water spell and pull that body up onto the shore away from the spires. It's easier to make out some of its features when it is closer to you. It is colorful, covered in reds and yellows and blues, feathers all over it. Has like a bag and a beak. Waterlogged for sure. And there's a lot of singe points where you could tell it's been struck by lightning. Do you want to approach it?
I probably would, yeah. Slowly, but yes.
All right. Face down right now. What do you want to do when you get over there?
How far am I from Robbie at this point?
Robbie's moving closer to the water. Let's give you 40 feet. Do you want less,
Uh,
more?
I'll start moving my way towards, like, really, really careful, looking all freaked out so I don't see anything that's gonna hit me with a lightning or anything. And I'll stand like 10 feet behind Robbie.
Okay.
And they're like, what do you got there? Is that guy alive? Dead?
I'm pretty sure it's dead, but I don't know what it is. Like, look at the colors on this thing. I've never seen anything like it.
Looks like
Uh,
a weird
now,
bird.
yeah, is it a uh like a bipedal creature? Is it on all fours? Does it look? What I think it's more like shells kind of body type.
This is an omni, a person. This is a bird like omni. So it has clothes and like poofy pants. Or it should be poofy. They're all waterlogged right now.
I'll uh, I'll get my bow and arrow ready just in case that thing, whatever it is, jumps at you while you're searching it. So just scream. I'll be ready.
So first, I'm going to give myself a quick cure wounds.
Okay.
I will heal 9 points of damage.
Very good.
And then I will kind of like have my shield up and ready, but I will touch the creature and try to roll it over.
Okay. Ravi, as you get closer, you feel a charge in the air. That kind of feeling of electric current. Arvistan, you'll see Ravi's hair, the ends of it start lifting up.
Robbie, Robbie, get out, get away, get away from there now.
Just a little bit. It doesn't feel dangerous at this point, Ravi. You do feel your hair starting to stand up. It's standing up on your arms. You can even feel it on your head, lifting up off of your shoulders.
Robbie, that doesn't look
How
safe.
close am I to the creature at this point?
A hand's width away.
I will go ahead and cast protection from elements on myself and choose lightning.
Oh damn!
All right.
And then I will touch it and try to move it over.
Okay. You touch its shoulder. You could feel a kind of surge, but it's like getting a shock, like a mild shock. You could feel it go up your arm. It's not going to stop your heart or do anything crazy like that. It's not comfortable, but it's not strong enough that that your muscles tighten and seize or cause you to like get stuck. But you do, once you feel that, you move quickly to get yourself disconnected again. You flip it over. It has like a parrot face. Looks dead.
If you toss that bag over here to the back, I can search it while you keep searching that guy or girl, whatever it is.
Does it have anything on it?
Just a handbag strapped over its shoulder.
Okay. I'll toss the handbag back, and I will. I guess I'll try to check to see if it's breathing. Although I don't know where a pulse would be on a parrot person.
You could check it over. I understand you want to search the bag.
Yes. First of all, I'll poke it and open it with my bow, and just in case something lightning in there strikes at me, I just want to poke it and see like there
You see
anything alive.
as you open it, and you sort of like open the flap on the top of it to expose the inside, like a little static charge expels as it gets opened that way.
I just hear, "Ah! Ah!" And I grab my bow, an arrow, not my bow, an arrow, and I just like lift it to look inside. What can I see?
A lot of weird things. Make an investigation check.
Investigation is a 13.
Eyeballs, little weird pebbles. You find tiny feathers, little jars of dirt or dust. You can find poop. Everything seems kind of haphazardly categorized in like different little pouches, but it's all stuff that you wouldn't want to carry with you.
Do I see any maggots?
No maggots.
Okay, everything is like sectioned, like all the things. I just like at that point I grab the duffel bag and empty it. I make some space, clear it out, and empty it on the floor,
Okay,
just
yeah.
to like
It's
yeah.
just a bunch of weird stuff. Some of those little bottles break open when you spill it out like that, and they're like little bits of dust just mixing with the sand, and you can't tell. The rain hits them, and they just disappear. But yeah, it's all just a bunch of tiny, weird little. You see like little groups of tiny like mouse bones. Um, just odd things like that. Kidney stones.
What are the pebbles? Can I figure out what they are?
You don't know. 13, no clue.
Damn. Okay. Robbie, this guy has a lot of weird thing. It feels like I'm checking on Hashote's back with all these eyes and bones and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you're the one that keeps grabbing skulls, so I'm guessing you have bones and stuff like that on your bags as well. It
Wait,
feels
that bag's full of bones?
it has some tiny little bones in them, yeah.
I'm gonna go over there.
And some weird pebbles that I have no clue what these are.
I would like to investigate the items.
Yeah, you get tiny little acorns, leaves from plants you don't recognize. Just a whole cacophony of weird stuff. Hajite, I'm gonna have you can choose. You can make an investigation or arcana check, and while you do that, Kriv will finish the commune with nature spell. There aren't any animals nearby. Not in the jungle or out in the sea. You think behind you, you could feel a little bit going on back there, but they were giving a birth around like this area for obvious reasons. Some of that fulgurite extends into the jungle, but you can see for 3 miles, it doesn't go that far. So if you wanted to circumvent this whole thing, you could go further into the jungle. You can also feel that it goes out into the ocean a little way, but not so far that you couldn't even potentially either swim around or use the water walking to walk your way all the way around if you give a really generous berth. It'll be difficult to spot them in the jungle. We're just walking around. But you have a general idea of where they are now, and you think if you're cautious enough that and you are respectful enough of the space that you need, that you wouldn't need to do anything special to be able to avoid them. You said we'd just go straight west, for however many miles, and then we could turn north for however many, and then cut back to the coast, and we should be fine. But yeah, it's like a radius around that point.
Are they just kind of seemingly randomly placed, like no pattern, or is it in like, are they in like a circle or?
There's a basic kind of circle. It's more like an ellipse. It's more like it extends a little bit further out into the ocean and into the jungle than it does wide across the beach. Let me make a quick intelligence check
Oh boy.
to maybe make some sense out of what's going on here.
Is it? Oh no. Okay. Six.
6, you don't know. You don't get any extra knowledge gleaned from that. It's not quite circular, but it does kind of seem to have a center point, at least, and extend out from there. What did we get on investigation / arcana, whichever one we chose?
15.
15. This is a wizard's component pouch. These are all different utensils for casting a variety of spells.
I'm gonna take the bag from him and recollect the items.
Right. You get a lot of it. You now have a component pouch, that's essentially.
Sick. Well, it's a, when you need things for spells.
Okay. But are they
Looks
useful
like this
for
guy
you?
might have been a wizard.
But are they useful for you though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it might have been for a wizard. Is that guy a wizard?
I mean, I don't recommend you taking the poop that's in there.
Wait a
I
minute,
don't
is
know,
he
why
a
would you?
parrot? Does that look like Neens?
Does it?
Look like Neens?
Who recognizes Neens? Did anyone actually see him?
I saw him. I
Uh,
didn't speak with him though.
I don't know
honestly, I
that-
probably did not.
I don't think Ravi ever actually encountered Neens.
I think Kriv.
I think I pretty much just saw Belay, like, once. Maybe, let me see.
I saw Neems.
I saw him from the other side because he was doing a swoopy swoop along.
Oh wait, yeah, that is true.
Maybe.
No, I did not see Neems. It was just Hashate.
All right. Well, you're the only one who would know.
I don't know who that is, but I assume this person is in fact dead.
It's possible. The thing that we're noticing is that we've got lungs full of water. So they'll either die very soon or they'll have to be resuscitated.
I will try to perform CPR on the individual.
All right. It's going to shock you.
That's fine.
I'm gonna get closer. I want to try and see if it's Neens.
All right. Robbie, make a medicine check for us.
I'm good at those.
We're going to
25.
take 25? Okay. I was going to say we're going to take a d6 damage for every point below 20. Since we've skyrocketed past that, you are not going to take damage from performing CPR on the parrot. You will revive him. He will cough out some water, sort of cackle on the edge of the beach. You see he's not long, even despite that he's not long for this world. Being able to breathe again has not immediately recuperated him.
I will cast Cure Moderate Wounds on him.
All right, let's try to heal him up a little bit.
He heals for 21, and I heal for 3.
Okay. Hajite, you don't know a lot of parrot wizards.
Whoa!
This is a parrot wizard. From the looks of it, could be, right? Soaking wet now. You didn't see him soaking wet before.
True.
And like just drugged up out of the ocean, so a lot dirtier, covered in scorch marks. So a little bit different. You're not 100% sure. But he seems to have been partially revived.
I wouldn't know his name either. Can he talk?
I'll kind of like, you okay?
He'll sit up. He kind of weaves a little bit, like bobs his head slowly as he kind of rises up, puts himself up on one elbow. So he lays down, puts one elbow up on the beach, sort of prop himself a little bit. And he said, "Where am I?"
You're in Mochipa. You're on the coast.
Mochipa? How?
I don't know. Those things electrocuted you a whole bunch, so maybe you were flying or something and got struck? I'm not sure.
Where's my pouch?
I don't know.
Must have lost it on the way. Are they close?
Who are they?
He'll see the fulgurite sticking out of the beach, and he'll panic, and quickly like kicks sand up from his arms. He falls back, flat on his back. He's kicking sand like crazy, backing away from it. He struggles. He attempts to get to his feet, and he stumbles. He hits the ground again. You could see static charge leaping from him to the water. As he runs, some of the sand like picks up and connects to him like magnetically. He picks up his wings. He tries to flap them and attempts to fly. They're too soaked. He tries to get off the ground. He falls flat on his face again.
Whoa,
Hey, don't move a lot. You're gonna get struck.
He kind of he stops and he just kind of takes a breath for a minute.
Are you okay? What did those things? Who's coming? What's happening? What did this to you?
I thought we were trying to save our country, but it wasn't about that at all.
What do you mean?
The favor of the storm. It should have been for protecting the Isle of Birds, but she didn't need it for that. She never went home.
I knew it. You are that bird.
what bird?
He's the bird from the sky fight.
Is my commune thing done, or am I still like?
You're
I-
well done at this point.
Okay, I get over by them then.
Robbie, this is one of the. This is the guy that was with that bird lady
The one that won?
from the thunder. Yeah.
I will look over to see. I'm assuming Kriv walking back.
Yeah, Kriv approaches the group. And
Guys, I'll back up. Get away from those things. Let's get back here.
Kriv, we found a bird.
He's alive. We were wrong.
Well, that's good. Can we all back up?
Sure.
Hey,
Okay, but I'm not touching him.
I can jog over and help move him if needed.
We're trying to move the parrot away from the Fulgurite.
Yeah.
He is attempting to do that also.
Yeah.
It's very much part of his goal. The charge does not leave him as he gets further away, though.
There's some way we can get rid of the charge? You know about lightning, right?
I can make more lightning.
Can we unlightning? How do you unlightning?
That even a thing?
Yeah, I mean, right?
Is that even a thing I could check for? I know spell-wise I have nothing.
I know in my heart that rubber does things.
Kriv, you can make a religion check.
Oh boy! Let's use my Dragonstorm dice, which has betrayed me. Let's see. That's a 4. It's going in the clown jail.
You cannot remember anything from your studies of the Dragonstorm to indicate removing an electric charge from something. There didn't seem. You don't remember any reason that anyone would ever want to do that.
That's fair. What does that mean, like, practically then? Does that mean he's still getting shot? Just like Sparky, like you can tell he's got.
You can make an insight check. Anybody can if you want.
$21.
Wow.
That one I can do.
10.
Nah, don't even worry about me. I'm good.
Ravi and Armstrong are using a more practical approach to this. They're not thinking about this in religious terms. Kriv, as you look at him, you can see him wincing in pain. You feel like he's still being hurt by it. He jolts every so often, like a twitch.
Can you pull the charge off him and put it on yourself? I don't know if that's a thing.
I also don't know if that's a thing. Can I? We'll try both of those somewhat together. Can I try like a lesser restoration? It's a touch spell, so if it's good.
So you're gonna go up and touch him to try to restore him. All right.
I don't know.
All right. Kriv will step forward. I was saying you're okay with this, right? It's Kriv this time. Ravi, we were worried that
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
going to get hurt, but
Yeah,
this time-
exactly.
Covered in metal.
We're good. We're good.
Crib's resistant.
Yep. They are.
Can I just reverse breath weapon? Just eat it?
Suck it in.
Just Kirby it?
You walk forward and you have your arm extended to cast a lesser restoration spell. A little arc of lightning stretches from the parrot to your hand. Not a quick bolt, but an extended sort of crackling beam. You don't feel it.
Oh no, you're a Tesla coil.
You feel that connect to your hand, and as you get closer, it connects to other parts of your body. And even if you wanted to not keep walking forward, you can't pull yourself away anymore.
Oh god, he's a magnet.
Physically drawn towards him. But you feel okay. You cast Lesser Restoration on him, and he seizes. He twists up, his face contorts,
Oh
and
no.
he falls down.
I can't kill someone with a healing spell. I can't do that.
Oh, we were just talking to him. He was in the space fight.
I assume that he is unconscious.
He's still up. He's still awake.
Okay.
I don't know if it's better to try to... My brain says emergency reaction, try to like touch and figure out what's happening. But I don't know. I don't know if that'd be good or bad.
Is it like when you have like is it like when too much power goes into a breaker and it just like whoosh, and then he dies? Horrible.
That's kind of how getting electrocuted works, yeah.
Oh no.
My cells like stuck to him.
You touch him and he drops. You like short-circuited him.
Oh no.
But he does stop writhing after a second.
Oh.
He got hit with a big jolt.
I will back up.
He says, "What did you do?"
I'm sorry, I don't know what this is. I was trying to see if I could help.
You wanted to help?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Why did you lose?
What? What do you mean?
That seems like a righteous attitude. You should have won. Why'd you lose? See, like, twinges a little bit.
He was on Lightning Mountain with us, Kriv. With the bird woman.
I saw her. I remember her. I don't really understand any of what happened there, if I'm honest. I don't know.
Tell me something, champion. What would you have done if you'd won?
From the sounds of it, been able to return my family home.
Apparently.
That was what I was told I lost.
How would you do that? With the lightning?
To go with the lightning.
Help someone.
Well, I was trying to see if I could take it or just, I guess, lessen its hold on you. I don't know. I'm used to lightning. I don't know. It's part of who I am, I guess.
I wish you'd have won. Things would be different.
What's wrong with your bird lady?
She's all wrath, anger. Not the protector I thought she was.
You joined her to protect you from something?
To help my nation. We're
The
not
Dra-
very large, not like Cheapa. We try our best. We need a little help.
How close are we to the Isle of Birds? Do you have any idea?
It should be off the coast of this country. Towards the south. You can't get there on foot, though. Not unless you can fly.
So were you struck by lightning in the air?
Worse than that.
What happened?
I asked too many questions.
Well, we would like to know what's happening in full motion over here.
We're not here to take advantage of others.
It's just normal, you know?
I never know who might be listening.
That is true. Can you write it down on a paper?
Oh my god.
Do you think that'd be safe?
It'd be better than saying that out loud, right?
What about
Uh,
you, champion?
What's the question?
Am I safe with you?
I mean, I wish I could say yes. I don't. The only confidence I have is. No, I don't know. I know as a person, I would do what I can, as I have with my friends here, to maintain safety and health when we can, but I don't know about any of this. And I know that the storm peeks in every now and then, and I don't have any control or hiding from that. I don't know.
Well, I guess there's nothing to say then.
Where backstitch are you heading?
Now, I just want to go home.
How far is your home from here?
I'm not sure where here is. Somewhere in Mochipa. Mochipa's pretty big.
I mean, we don't know the area either, so like we are as lost as you at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of got teleported into the darkest parts of the jungle,
Yeah.
then made our way here, and now we're heading north to get to the coast.
You haven't been here since the trial, have you?
I don't know how long I've been here.
That was some time ago now.
A couple of weeks, I think, or days.
probably been closer to a couple of weeks, I would think, 2 to 3
Yeah.
in game.
Yeah.
Did you go home?
We never went home.
She just left you?
She took me with her, but we didn't go back to the Isle of Birds. We went, and he'll like twist up. You see half of his face will contort up and twist, and his limbs will all seize and knock him over.
Are you okay?
I will heal him again.
He's not speaking, guys. Did he die?
Another 21 points of health.
All right. He keeps being shocked.
Could I ask, because I don't know if I was understanding right. It wasn't. It when I was in contact with him, was that? I was thinking that went poorly. Was that right, or was that kind of sharing it?
It didn't look like it helped him.
Okay. Okay.
He'll look at the rest of you. Yeah, he kind of calms down a little bit, and he'll say, "I'm not gonna make it, am I?"
I don't know. The problem is we don't know what's affecting you at the moment.
You don't.
We didn't do it.
And you, champion?
My name's Griv.
You know what's happening, don't you, Krev?
No, it doesn't seem to be good.
I'm dying.
Is there something in your pouch that would help?
We're past that now. I've wronged a god, it seems. There's no coming back from that.
You've wronged it?
Tell me about it. I'm in your same boat, man.
I'll tell you this. I don't know how much time I have left. Bile didn't want the power to protect the Isle of Birds. She's gone to Karenia.
Yep.
She's seeking vengeance. Her sisters were killed. She's going to find the one who did it. And with the storm at her back, she'll strike them down.
Do you know who this person is specifically?
We know who it is, Arvisan. It's a Lyra.
I wanted to know if he had any more information. Maybe it's not her.
Well,
I
I
don't
heard
know.
her say it. That was her request at the very end.
Nah.
I don't even know. Do we? We haven't asked your name. Anything we can do? We can see if we can find help for the Isle of Birds. Is there?
He'll look around up at the sky. And he'll say, "You should leave. There's nothing you can do. You can't stop her. Just let it happen. Don't make my mistake. You'll be safer that way.
Did you try and fight her?
I disagreed. I tried to use that power to help my people. But it didn't take much to push her over the edge. It's not just her. The storm's with her. Once they know I'm alive, they'll be here to finish me off. I suggest you not be.
I will look at Kriv. It's your call.
Doesn't feel right to just leave you here. Can we at least compromise? Can we know like your name? Is there someone we can contact to at least
If I tell you any other names, those people will be in danger too. If I tell you mine, then you can find my family. They'll know you know.
if we can't help you, at least help those who care about you know. I suppose what happened.
They'll know soon enough. You're running out of time.
Mhm. Guess we gotta go. If we're at least on strike two with the storm. I don't,
Well, Birdman, you want to die from them or something else?
How would they know that you're still alive?
Um, he'll hold up his feathers and he'll kind of like spread his wing out. You'll see that little jolts go across in between all of them. Part of them still here.
How many are there?
Two.
It's Belay and the storm, Armistone.
Yeah, we fought tough odds before, but I don't think we're quite at god fighting strength.
Not when we were really fucked by a bird. Well, you're a wizardy guy. I'm gonna hand him his component pouch. You probably need that. Do your best, unless you want us to knock you out first.
Yes, it's too late now. Best of luck to all of you, and to you, Champion Kriv. He'll take a little bottle out of his pouch. It has a white powder in it, and he'll open it and he'll drink it.
What are you drinking?
See you on the other side. And then that little centimeter above the ground sand collects a lot more particles. They go up to like half a foot above the ground. You see charges springing out of those pieces of fulgurite, like little arcs of lightning over on top of all of them. And then the arcs form little lightning crows perched on these pieces of fulgurite like dead trees. And they take to the air and swarm Neens the parrot.
I
Okay,
run
we
to
gotta
the
go.
trees. I run to the trees.
Yeah,
I book it.
I'll start backing up.
Did Neens like faint? I guess.
He gets absorbed in a flash of light from a murder of crows.
Oh, all right.
Well, that seemed familiar to me.
Yeah.
Lightning keeps going on the beach. It starts
Yeah,
arcing between
we're
the
gonna
pieces
keep
of
moving.
fulgurite.
Yeah, we're gonna dip
Where are you going?
towards the forest.
Kriv, did you find a way around?
Shake my head a little, trying to stop looking, I guess, at needs. Yeah, I got an idea of where all the fulgurite is. We can get around.
And
How long can those fulgurites keep those charges up for?
walk and talk, I recommend, because
Yeah, we are.
or maybe run and talk because it's getting bad, and more fulgurite is erupting out of the sand on the beach. You believe Neens will definitely perish. Not only does he get electrocuted by dozens of crows, but they also peck him to pieces. As you flee into the jungle, trying to give a wide berth to where Kriv felt the fulgurite from before. As we're running through the rain, you can see lightning streaking across in between trees. You have to dodge it like crazy. I want everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
Whenever we actually get in there, planning on like leading, since I know theoretically we go.
Kriv's up front.
That's a big no, Captain. That's a 4.
I got an 8.
Oh, net 20.
I got a nat 20 as well.
We're experienced. We learn
Let's
something
go.
from our mistakes.
I'm like, I'm not getting hit by this shit again.
Some people know how to get hit by lightning and turn it to their advantage. Although Ravi should know now also because he was just recently struck himself.
He's new to it, though.
Yeah. He needs more practice. And he's getting it right now.
Please don't die.
I know that Robbie has his resistance to lightning.
Yep.
He does. So it's 36 points of damage that gets cut in half for that resistance, right?
Correct.
That's to 18 for Ravi.
36.
36
Yeah.
for Hajite.
Oof, Hashite. Yikes. How cool that was of us getting freaking that 20. I was like, no way! That's so awesome.
You need it. I might even say at this point that Armstead might have weakness to specifically this type of lightning.
Oh god, no! Don't even start with me. I already died twice, please.
The damage Griff wouldn't take from the resistance is just like emotional damage instead.
Yeah. Emotional damage. Dave, I think because you hit Hashite with 36 points of damage of lightning, I think she's knocking on your door right now.
Go
Oh,
get
nope,
me.
there she is. She's looking for something to go over there and hit you with.
Yeah, she's gonna do a relay and then go across the hall and beat Dave up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, the good news, at least at this point, is that with two people essentially acting as one entity, um, they have vengeance on their minds and anger and wrath that is at this point no longer directed at Arvistan. So that's a positive, right? Because
Let's hope so.
Belay has no beef with you specifically. So whatever influence she has over the storm, and whatever that is we don't know, right? She's not going to point it in your direction. And honestly, maybe this isn't a problem at all, right? Because we're assuming that Alira is the target of all of this anger, not part of our group, right? On a different continent.
I mean, I'm a bit concerned.
Kyrenia could get messed up, but it's already in the middle of getting
Kyrenia is already in the
potentially
middle
messed up by
of
a lot
getting
of stuff.
messed up. That's just gonna finish messing it up.
Yeah, we should probably give a heads up to some people.
Yeah, quite literally, as soon as
Yeah.
as soon as we can stop running because the lightning stops trying to strike us, I'm going to be sending a message or two.
Okay. Who do we want to send that to? I mean, you're going to get hit. Ravi and Aztec get hit by a little bit of lightning as they're running through the jungle.
How should I tell you? You got hit by 36 points of lightning.
Yeah, I heard.
Ouch.
Who do we want to message? You'll be in the middle of the jungle. Kriv is confident that you're outside of the area of effect of the Fulgrim. Because we've given a wide. I know Kriv.
Okay, I was going to say before if I was cautious, and I would like to clarify that.
We're not even going to be anywhere close. We're giving it a mile to not have to worry about it. It's going to take us a little bit longer to get to Mazout, but it'll be worth it to be not dead.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I will look over at Hazote. Are you planning on contacting Alira that there's a giant dragon storm coming to murder her?
Yeah, maybe we can use her as bait.
What do you mean use her as bait? Are we gonna try to fight her?
We can try and get her away from the city.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. Say, hey, something is coming, you need to leave. And if
Yeah,
you
but-
leave, the storm then won't go into the city, it'll go after her wherever she goes.
No, but that's gonna be the interesting part. How does this bird gonna know if she's in there or not? Because I don't think Alura has a tracking device saying, "Hey, I'm here," pointing at her.
Am I
She's
gonna-
heading
Guessing
for
that
Kyrenia.
that thing is still gonna go into Kyrenia and just blow everything and murder everything, trying to find her out, no matter if she's in there or not.
Well, it might have magic. I mean, this is a scale of power we're not familiar with.
But then
They
you
might
have to ask,
Have
She is.
are Belay and the Dragonstorm going to care about Kyrenia enough to check if Alira is there before blowing it up?
Yeah, exactly.
that's a solid point too.
Asherton, I'm surprised you would do that to her.
I wouldn't. But I'm not unreasonable. I'd like her to know.
I think that's fair.
Information what she will. Without her city or a home. It's a very lost feeling. Perhaps she'd want to keep it safe in some way.
I'm actually going to first reach out to Ziella.
Okay. what do we want to say to Ziella?
You know how you guys are fucked right now? I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You're more than that.
Yeah, right? Like, you thought you were fucked before, but now...
Listen.
Think again.
We've gone beyond creature. We're now on gods.
Be prepared to be very happy you do not have access to metal.
Oh god, for real.
So, Ziella, more bad news.
Don't ever start it like that.
I think Ziella will appreciate the straightforward approach.
She's gonna hang up on you.
That's fine. She has to hear the message. She doesn't have to respond to it. Dragonstorm is coming. Get everyone underground or away from metal if possible. You haven't much time.
Remember the sewers we cleared out?
That's actually exactly what I was thinking.
That's
Wow.
a perfect spot.
How is she going to respond to this?
Ravi, you're an asshole.
Because this is a new thing, right? Like, the Dragonstorm is one of these old gods, right? Religion's sort of debunked at this point, and Ziella is a very practical and rational person. So she doesn't. As soon as when they had the Freyja was found, she's like, it doesn't matter. No, religion's fake. She doesn't care about any of that stuff. And the Dragonstorm is still, in a lot of people's consciousness, a myth. Just like an idea that people say a storm is like a dragon. So telling her this is, while she's got a lot on her mind, is going to leave her a little bit exasperated. She's going to respond, move a whole city into the sewers? Dragonstorm? Whatever you're talking about is going to have to wait.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Internum is marching across the plains. They have a siege weapon like we've never seen before.
Oh my god.
So, Hazote, I don't suppose you could convince Liara to go towards the plains, could you? The Internum are marching on Karenia with a siege weapon. If we can get this right, if she's in the open, the Dragonstorm will follow her onto the Internum and destroy them, thus maybe fixing lots of problems.
I kind of like this plan.
You trying to take advantage of a god to
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no shame in saying it. Yeah, I like your idea, Robbie.
Robbie's thinking like a god now.
Yep.
It's like my problems are not the same as your problems, and a god is not going to care if they have to destroy an army to kill one person.
Yep.
We just gotta remember there might be more than one army there.
You got to think too. Could Internum just kill Illyra before she ever gets anywhere near them? It's a gamble, right?
I know nothing about the Internum, so I have no idea.
Could you
She's
send your
very
sister out in the
deceiving.
middle of a war?
My sister hasn't murdered people to anger a god.
I don't know what to tell you.
Say yes.
The heavy implication here, Ajite, is that should the Dragonstorm catch Illyra, she's going to die.
No matter what.
That's pretty obvious, God.
I'm making that obvious for everybody.
I'm,
Yep.
I'm really stuck on the fact that their Dragonstorm expert that they have is Jangle, and that Ziella put a lot of work into fighting to make us ambassadors, and we got her another problem. We've added like at least 2 solid problems to the problem they had
You did your
already.
job. You got the army that you came here for.
That technically wasn't our problem that the person they're looking for is in Karenia. That technically wasn't us.
I'm just saying we came back with, hey, there's giant horrible bug monsters. Oh, by the way, also an angry god.
Well, I'm gonna contact her, but I'm not going to lie. So,
She's a strong, independent woman. She can make her own decisions. Tell her whatever you want. She'll decide what she wants to do, right?
She's very mischievous.
I don't know what word you were trying to say just now. Mischievous? Mistrusting.
Mischievable is the same as mischievous, just not a real word.
Yeah, it's my Spanglish coming in together. Don't worry.
Okay, alright. We'll send a message to Alira. Let's see.
Who's hopefully not still P-Grid.
I mean, for all we know, that might be advantageous. It could get her right up in the front real quick. Anyhow. Oh shit! Hold on, my cat stole my dice.
That's a good stalling technique. Anyone else have any other messages that they need to send out?
I think Father Gregor
cats.
needs to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Who
think
does?
Father
Father.
Gregor.
Yeah, he was going to be my next one, but I figured contact the city official first.
Yeah, I think we should. Well, let's hear from Alira first before speaking on Father Gregor, because we might have to change plan.
Yeah, another city official.
Right. So we'll say we know the lightning storm is coming to Karenia to kill you. Ravi would like you to redirect the storm towards the army.
I think we got 2 words left.
I know. Well, that's good enough for me.
Love you.
Your
Right
thoughts?
there. Your thoughts?
She'll say, I have my hands full with governing a nation at war. I can't leave Karenia now, even if I wanted to.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to waste 2 messages on her.
What do you mean you waste 2 messages on her? What'd she say?
She said, as a government official, she can't leave a nation at war, even if she wanted to.
So,
She said.
so we're clear here. Your girlfriend has almost certainly murdered Peakrid,
Yeah.
assumed her position,
Yep.
is not going to leave the position, even though the thing that's coming to kill her will destroy the entire city.
Yeah, I think there
Pretty
needs to be
much.
some clarifications. Unsure if she understands the dire need of You're not gonna have a ding dang city if this ding dang storm ain't dealt with.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. um. Let's see. The storm is a god. It will look for you and destroy everything in its path, including the city. You need to leave. And that's it.
She'll say, if I leave now, this city won't stand a chance against not one invading army, but two. Without my help, the city is already lost.
Well, guys, she's not gonna do it. She's decided that if she's not there, no matter what, the city's gonna go down.
Oh boy.
Well then, I almost said Father Gregor. Father, Dragonstorm is coming. Move as many people into the sewers as possible. Alira killed Peakrid, has assumed her body.
Oh, that's a bombshell for Father Gregor, because Father Gregor, he is a man of principle. He has a code.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait, hang on a sec.
You got a few more words.
Hold on.
I have what, 10 words left, I think?
I
Yeah.
think 8, maybe.
Yeah.
8? I don't know.
Don't tell anyone.
For right now, let it be. Deal with her later.
All right.
Deal with her later.
Later.
He added ellipses to that text.
What now?
There was an ellipsis at the end there.
Absolutely.
The final. Poor Father Gregor.
Sorry, buddy.
Because he can't just. It's wrong for him to sit on this. Ravi bends the rules a little bit more than Father Gregor will.
Yeah, that's true.
Father Gregor cleaned up a murder. I don't know how often.
Different rules. There's different rules.
Murder's different.
A little lesson about churches. Protecting the church is more important than doing a lot of other stuff. You'll be willing to let a lot of stuff go to protect your priests. Let's see, what would Father Gregor say? I fear this will be the end of Karenia. One way or another, this nation is going to fall. I'll save as many as possible. That's all he's got. That was 25,
Yep.
I think.
Okay.
He says he's going to try his best.
Oh. Okay. Well. Any other bread ideas, guys?
Don't look at me. I get the worst ones.
Honestly, I think the bright ideas are the same as the old ideas. we try to keep our way to Taufel and find whatever this magic power is and see if we can't use it to save everything.
Save everything.
I'll say this. I don't want to input too much because I'm DM. I'm not there with you. But if you guys want, I do have a hint, or not a hint, but an option for you. If you make a history check to remember something that happened before that you could recall potentially.
Everybody, history check. Who has the highest?
Nat 20.
Really?
Okay, there we go.
Also net 20.
What? Okay, I gotta
Nice.
roll this.
Type
I
of
gotta roll this.
I got an 18
Let's go.
in comparison to these other rolls.
We're all thinking
Just
back, right?
Hey, not one.
Oh, yeah.
That actually makes sense because the information that we're pulling back towards is from the Tournament of Champions, where Arstan was very occupied with his own personal problems.
Yeah.
The entity that we are currently concerned with, the Dragon Storm, now has two personalities within it, right? We've got the Dragon Storm that we've dealt with before, the sort of enigmatic, like godlike figure, and Bile, this vengeful bird woman. Bile's goal, according to Neens, who has just perished, is to seek vengeance on someone that killed her sisters. You all inferred that this is Alira. You remember Bile saying Alira's name at the end of the tournament for the thing that she sought.
Right. But the god wants his brother.
The god wants his brother. So that's what Hajate and Kriv and Ravi will remember.
So we gotta find his brother first. I'm willing to bet he's in Taufel. I'm willing to bet he's Freyja. I got some
That's
money
the
on
same
it.
thought that I had.
We need to
I
go to
think-
Taufel.
I mean, I kind of agree, but I don't know that these people are the same entity. And unless something's changed, Kriv, you don't have any idea where we could look for this thing's brother, would you?
No.
The
All
brother
I
of a
said was
god should
we
be
know,
another god, right?
and we know him when we saw him.
Hang on a second. Would our parrot friend have any idea?
Who was just exploded by lightning crows?
Yep.
Don't know. Who knows?
I ask because you might be able to get answers out of him regardless. And I'll look at Hazate.
We would need his corpse.
I don't know if he has one of those anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Does bones
Mouth.
work?
At least kind of a mouth.
Yikes.
I can't summon a particular ghost to any random old body, you know.
Wait. Do you think he'd be a ghost? Robbie can see ghosts.
Yeah, but I can't talk to them is the problem.
Tell him to write in the sand.
Charades.
I will look through my cipher and see if I see any ghosts about.
Looking for Neen's ghost,
Yes.
particularly.
We're so
We
far
ran-
from his
We
body.
ran,
We
ran
literally-
away from where he was.
Yeah, we literally ran a mile away.
Oh, so we're
from
like
where we
we're
are.
a mile
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Is the storm still cackling around us, or is it subsided?
The storm is not happening. We're not seeing lightning crashing around us. It's still raining, though.
Do we want to go back and check for his body?
If that's the best idea you have, I think we should do it.
Can we weigh the factors here? That whole area, we don't know if the removal of him means that that's even safe.
That is true.
We don't need all of him.
Yeah, but can we even get to where he was?
Ravi used the water to drag him away. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to drag him real far.
I'm just saying, weighing the risks here. It's more time out here, and we'll just have to be really careful. Because I don't know how that whole thing works.
Well, if we're on our way all the way around it, I don't think we're going to be able to grab him from the other side.
I'm not saying no, I'm just saying let's remember that it could still be just as volatile.
We might have to deal with the volatility. I mean, even though we're injured, we don't really have any other way of... I mean, he's been the closest to the storm at the moment.
As they're spinning ideas and all that stuff, I'm just sitting down on the ground, untying all the knots on the ropes.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, I'm just there
You're gonna
untying
have to
knots.
make another one too before too long.
I don't suppose we have any other leads as to where this thing's brother could be. I mean, I've got one more sending, but I don't know anybody who'd be like, that's the person. Like, I don't think if I call up Jangle and go, Jangle, do you know where the Dragonstorm's brother's at? He's gonna know.
I have an idea, but I don't know if you. I know for sure you guys won't like it.
Great way to start it.
The what?
He's untangling ropes, talking while he's looking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your idea, man on the ground?
Message the guy that arrested me and ask him if he knows anything about it.
Sequus?
Yes. He seems to be very powerful and know your deity. Why shouldn't he know any other?
You really threw me for a loop just now. I thought you said the guy who arrested you.
I also did.
I was like, who? Who the hell arrested you?
I know you guys don't like him, but
I mean,
it's
I
worth a
like him
try.
just fine, but I kind of
like him
agree
as
with you.
well.
I have one more sending as well.
Yeah, I've got one more third level spell. We can use it on that and go from there, I suppose.
We've tried to talk to your brother before, but he pretty much told us to fuck off. I don't think he would have any more information than we would anyway.
Yeah.
The storm. He didn't
In it.
offer any help even when asked.
Can we call the storm?
I'd like to think if the storm knew where his brother was, he'd just go get him.
Yeah,
That's true, but I mean, does he know what he looks like? We're on a wild goose chase across an entire planet. For all we know, he's like on vacation.
For all we know, he's on a different plane of existence.
That's what I'm saying, man. We could go literally anywhere and it may not matter. We have no leads.
There is one other person. If I framed the questions right, I could ask. But it would take a hot minute.
I would not suggest asking Jangle.
Are you gonna call Freyja again?
That was the plan.
Frey already flip you the finger in many ways without you even seeing it.
I
What do
think
you
you should
think he's
ask him
gonna
again
help
anyway.
us?
It's really fun for me.
Yeah, but we're trying to get answers, not have fun.
I mean, in fairness, Freyr confirmed the information that there's a power on Taufel that can kill the judge.
You know what? We gotta have fun sometimes, Arviston.
I don't know if this is the moment, though.
This is the time. Let's go.
I tell you what, we can save that for tonight when we finish doing whatever it is we're going to be doing. For now, do we want to just try to head up the coast, or do we want to head back to the body and see if you can raise the dead on it and we can talk to it?
I think we should at least check on it and see if it even exists anymore. If it does exist, change plan from there, I guess.
Hey, Ravi, hold here. I give him a piece of rope and I keep untying.
All right. Well, if you two would like to go do that, I'll help him here.
I
Okay, so Kriv and Hajite are heading back to the coast. Well, Armstead and Ravi are going to untie knots of rope. We're not going to cut back to them. I'm sorry to say, this is not going to be a split narrative. Just assume that that's happening. It's probably going to meet with mitigating success.
All right.
It's fair.
Perfect.
Great, and we're going to leave Luna and Shell with them,
That sounds good.
while Hajite and Kriv head back to the coast, the place they just fled from.
Yep.
That was being repeatedly struck by lightning. It had lightning arcing between large spires of fulgurite.
Yep.
On your way back, you will feel the charge building. Ajite's hair standing up. You know it's getting more and more likely to hit you the further you go.
Hey, Kriv?
Yeah.
I am pretty wounded.
If we still want to follow this, I can see how far I can get, see what I see.
Yeah, can we do that?
Yeah. Give me a second. I have like half of an idea of.
Interesting.
Do we know? What is the like kind of distance from where we are to the beach where we saw Needs?
We slowed down once we ran a mile into the jungle.
Okay.
And we know that more of that fulgurite was coming out of the ground at the beach where Neens fell, because we had pulled him away from the initial spires, right? We'd moved him a little bit further back down the beach.
Right.
More came out in the area where he was.
I was trying to think if there was an animal I could turn into to go faster.
There are animals definitely faster than Kriv.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Through the jungle, maybe it would be tough. Anything that could fly would definitely be faster.
You could go axe beak too, but that won't be flying.
Yeah, I was trying to think if that X-Beak was, I guess, not notably hindered by the rain and mud and sand and whatever.
You've seen local axbeaks that are from the jungle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll try that. If nothing else, gives me an extra 19 hit points if I get struck. Is part of that plan.
Okay. Kriv will transform into a bronze
Griff.
axbeak.
I should have picked a bird that can see. How come these birds can't see? It's fine, we're here now.
They
Griff,
can
look
run
at
real
the
fast.
messages. Griff, look at the message.
What?
So you're going to run back to the beach. Leave Hajite back here?
I'm gonna continue walking. I just want to be slower.
Okay. Is Kriv going to run then? Straight back to the water.
Whatever. I feel like running says I'm not trying to be cautious at all.
It just says you're trying to go fast. I mean,
I would go faster than just walking, but not like straight line. If
okay.
you know, like if I know it's still a little bit of a curve, I'm not just gonna. I don't want to also die.
Sure.
That's where I'm at.
That's fair.
Hajite keeps moving forward. Kriv moves forward faster. You're trying to get there as quickly as you can without turning an ankle or, and hopefully not being hit by lightning.
Yeah, I forgot to say out loud the other part of my plan, so that's fine. We're here now.
As you move forward, as Kriv gets a lot further ahead of Hajite, you can see there's Fulgurite behind a tree that you didn't notice before. It starts having lightning arc across it. It splits over to where Kriv is. Kriv, it strikes you, and then it has like an arc between you and that spire that just sort of hangs there for a second until you get too far away from it, and then it lets go. But you don't feel anything.
Oh, sweet.
I was expecting it to be like those things where you put your hand on a crank and you crank it and then you let go of someone else's hand and it hurts really bad in your wrist. I hate those.
For Ajite, it'll be different. You'll see that lightning continue to arc on that spire as you move forward. And I guess the question is, you continue. You've seen Kriv just get struck and keep going.
No, I'm gonna stop.
All right.
I'm gonna stop until asked to move forward, I guess.
Kriv, you keep getting hit by lightning as you go. But it's like you're just another piece of Fulgurite that it's like arcing off of. It's chaining in between these different spires and connecting to you and connecting to others as you go. You're just kind of a conduit to help disperse this across this little field. You'll make it all the way back to the beach without ever feeling any of it. It's like just kind of like a touch. Neen's is a pile of char. His bones are black. His feathers gone. And he's just sort of laying there. You can see his skull is intact. His ribs are all mostly still there. His spine's crinkled below that. His legs have kind of collapsed in on themselves. His wings have separated also, but it's all kind of still there.
But also still totally in the zone of all the lightning.
Oh yeah, there's lightning arcing across these spires all around you. It continuously hits you.
I will try the one thing I can think of try to, I guess, pick up his skull and try to go back.
You're gonna have to use your beak. You're aware of this?
Yes.
It's going
Which
in
way
your
do you think?
mouth.
Yeah, you're picking up with your mouth.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm not happy about happening today. It's the closest to the trip I was sent on. This is the closest I can do right now. I'm not sending Hajite out here, so.
Okay, you will run back with a blackened parrot skull in your beak. You keep getting hit by lightning on the way back. You return to Hajite. Hajite hair is fully stood on end.
Oh, good.
Like a big afro.
Deal with the humidity and the frizziness.
Yeah, it's very surprising to see it stand up so straight in the downpour, which would normally have it all just slagging down, dripping to the floor.
Okay, I will, I guess, headbutt Hajite and try to step up next to her, try to crouch or whatever, try to get, like, show her, hop on. I don't know. Fictional bird behavior in a way that makes sense.
Oh, you got the bird head. Okay. Okay, we're going back.
You climb on, Kriv?
Yeah, let me off before we see Shell.
Yeah. Just gonna make a lot of. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
This way we'll just get back there faster. I don't know.
Giddy up.
Head back a little bit and try to dump Hajite before you get back to where everybody else is.
and drop the X beak form. We're not doing that. I don't have time for this bird today.
Arstan and
Bird.
Ravi meticulously untying knots. You can see Luna just kind of laying underneath the mess of rope, smiling and panting.
Smiling.
Uh, Shell is grabbing at a section of rope with her beak and just pulling it, and she kind of like pulls it away from Arstan and Ravi while they're in the middle of stuff, and they have to like yank it back. It's not very helpful.
She's trying.
But you'll get back there with Neen's skull.
Ooh boy, we got it.
Hello.
We'll
What do we get?
We got it.
You guys find anything useful?
Wait a minute, Kriv, why were you struck by lightning and that was totally chill?
I'm not sure. I know it's right now it's a good thing, but it's also ominous. I don't know.
That was really terrifying to watch. I thought you were gonna die.
Wait, you got hit by the lightning and it didn't hurt you?
Yeah, I got all the way right back up to Neen's.
Didn't you get hit previously with it and took actual damage from it prior to all this situation?
Not today.
Huh. Okay.
We can put that into the unsolved mystery bucket.
Yep.
Good, but scary? Question mark. Unknown implications. I don't know. This was the best. Those Fulgurite spires are still popping up. We should not try going back or stick around too long. Also, we should warn people when we get to town. I don't really know what you do about that, but hey.
Yeah, let's are you guys done?
Almost.
We still have quite a bit to go. Yeah,
We
we're
need to
almost
go.
done.
We need to go. We need to go.
All right, let's go. Just bundle up and keep on going.
Whenever we settle, Hajrate, if you want to try something, I could grab the skull. That was the best I could do there. I am maybe paranoid, but I think I should carry it in case there still is any sort of anything where the Dragonstorm even knows about where this piece is.
Okay. Sounds good. I think it's for the best. You already have Dragonstorm in you.
Yeah, it probably couldn't hurt anything more, so.
Okay. We'll press on. Is the plan to continue that birth right through the jungle and then head back to the shore, or are we trying to stay in the jungle at this point?
I'd say back to shore, if it's gonna make our path shorter. Will it make it shorter for us?
No. Moving at a diagonal would.
The town you're going to is on the shoreline, so it would be easier to track the way that you're going. As long as you're on the water, you know you're going to get there eventually. And it is cooler. It's like less dense, the air out there. The jungle can be more difficult to move through, but the jungle has the cover. And if there is a storm deity out over the ocean, they'll have a harder time seeing you through the trees, at least.
I mean, but I'm guessing it doesn't have a beef with us, so I guess if it sees us or not.
Since when?
Oh, buddy.
And Bill doesn't have a beef with us,
It
right?
has a beef with you.
Dude.
That's the older thing, but not the
It was-
Burke lady.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty pissed you were alive.
Yeah, but this is the bird lady, not the actual storm.
No,
The
it's.
storm's still around.
I think it's a little bit of both. It would be.
Hmm.
I would not assume it's just Belay. I don't think the Dragonstorm would be just handing out blank checks of Dragonstorm power, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, I would chalk that up under the best not to risk it.
Okay.
But I think we move on the beach. Try to get there as quick as possible. Once we get close to night, we'll veer off back into the forest, and then we'll contact respective deities and/or deceased, and see what we can figure out.
Okay. Well, let's do just that. We'll continue our wide berth around the Fulgurite spires and make our way back to the beach. Continue on that until we hit nightfall once again. And now it's time to talk to gods and ghosts. Arstan is going to make another survival check to try to recreate the shelter from before.
You really should have bought that umbrella.
Would have helped.
The umbrella doesn't cover all of us. Okay.
I wasn't implying it was.
It could cover me though.
Wow.
Cover one of us.
Survival, right?
Yeah,
15.
15. Okay. Arstan is going to get to work putting a new shelter together. So
Can I-
who are we talking to first? Anyone? Kriv?
I don't have a way of talking to anyone.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something. I didn't want to.
I ask if I should help Arvistad if I can. I don't know. I don't know what Hashta's ritual thing is. I don't know what's
They might need you for the ritual while I'm doing this.
I think we
Okay.
cast
No?
and speak with
Okay.
dead, which
Never.
actually causes the skull to speak, not just to Hashte,
Yeah.
but in
Yeah,
general.
the skull's
Oh, okay.
talking.
Okay, never mind then.
I believe we can only ask 5 questions. So let's not waste that.
Can I'll scribe. I'll hunch over my notebook with my cloak over top and try to scribble down.
You put it over your head, right? Because
Yep.
you've got this long snout that helps you, and you kind of like lean all the way over
Yeah.
and scribble down like that.
Do.
So casting Speak with Dead first.
5 questions. Um.
Can just answer. It's going to probably answer cryptically
Yep.
because it's on a different plane right now. It's going to have weird ways of communicating.
10 minutes. Yep, there we go. Also, fun fact, I need to burn incense, so let's just get more bug incense.
Perfect. Robbie, are we going to try to talk to Freyja at the same time, or are we going to wait for this to take place first?
I'll wait for this to take place first.
Okay. So while Arstan and Kriv are attempting to set up the shelter, Ajde will begin burning incense, casting the spell over Neens' skull. Is it just going to be you and Ravi talking to it, or do you want to call everyone over when it's ready?
I think everyone should be involved, or at least listening.
Okay. At the end of 10 minutes, we won't be done with the shelter, but we will be done with the spell. The skull doesn't dramatically change in appearance or anything, but you know that the spell is done and that it's ready to answer your questions.
Well, it's ready, and don't ask a question unless you are aiming it towards him.
Aye, Captain.
Robbie?
I thought you were gonna be the one asking the questions.
All of us can speak with it.
Do you have a series of questions in mind? Because I was thinking of questions for Freyja, so I was a bit thinking of talking to a different entity a little bit. But maybe to start off with asking, do you know where the Dragonstorm's brother is?
Yeah.
No.
Well, there goes our plan.
What do you know about the Dragonstorm's brother?
Don't have a brother. I don't have a brother.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's two. Anybody?
Yeah, and
Right.
like, come on, guys. I'm not asking anything, so
I don't want to take up all of the questions.
do it. Nobody else
Yeah,
has
I
one.
mean, if you
Just
got some
do it.
information, by all means, go for it.
Where were you headed to solve the storm's problem?
Belay's problem.
Hmm.
Just rain battering down all around you.
Just very dramatic scene here. Um, because Belay would have just immediately went to where she wanted to go, but I was under the impression that you had to solve the problem of the storm first. But it seems like that's not the case. Or perhaps the storm is convinced that whatever she's doing is going to aid the search.
Did you know the Dragonstorm had a brother prior to the contest?
Nobody knew that. Who would know that?
Good to know.
We've got one left.
I have one if we don't more.
Sure, go for it.
Who would know more about the dragon storm?
Who would know more about a god?
Well, all right.
I think we'd have to find some sort of, I don't know, historian on it, maybe?
I
Are there any other places with a Dragonstorm temple besides the Avarax?
don't know.
So far, we haven't heard of any.
It didn't seem like anyone in Karenia really knew anything.
I mean, maybe part of that tribe that we found in the mountains might?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe other people from the area. I don't. Did not sound like my family was uh prepared to help when we tried to reach out. I don't know.
They are still trapped.
Well,
I was
yeah,
gonna say they must have been captured before the mountain was attacked.
I'm just saying I don't think they would answer questions.
Right.
Would the people from the refugee camp know anything about this? About the brother or the god itself?
We're currently considering that. Who knows? It's possible. We didn't talk to everybody there.
I mean, we didn't talk to a lot of people there because we were kind of on a time crunch and half of our party couldn't get there.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's being ruled by Creeps McGee.
Oh, that's right. It is being ruled by Creeps McGee.
And, like, I don't want to talk to him. He's gonna reach in my brain again.
Yeah. I will talk to him if we can get there, but there's no way of doing that, and I don't have enough messages to talk back and forth with him tonight. So maybe I'll send a message to him after I talk to Freyja, kind of saying that, hey, if you know more, I'll contact you tomorrow.
Sure. Unless you feel like talking to Sequis.
Actually, I'll probably contact Sequis. I think he's he's as good of an option. Like, he's traveled the world probably more than any of them have.
I don't. I can technically send one more message at a higher spell level, if that's a thing.
We are going to go to sleep, so
Well, let me get the ritual for Freyja first, and we'll go from there.
Freyja, what's up?
Okay. This is yes or no questions, right?
Right.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many of those do you get?
3.
3. Asking Freyja. Freyja is our god of life. We know that he's supposed to be up in Taufel, that he's actually been located. People have found him. Come back and report that he's just a person up there. So we assume he's still there. The people found him 500 years ago, so he hasn't done a lot. But the Dragonstorm is also a god that's been around just as long.
So, first question. Do you know of the Dragonstorm's brother?
How'd I answer that? I love when it's not clear cut like that, but I still have to say yes or no. I guess the question is, does he know if he knows that? Yes.
Do you know where he is?
Yes.
What about if we could find him in a particular place, Robbie?
Yeah, I was planning on asking about a continent. Like, is he on the
Um,
continent of Mochipa or? Well, let's do it this way.
uh,
Is he on Taufel?
Yes.
Well, good news, folks. It sounds like the Dragonstorm's brother is also on Taufel.
That's actually kind of phenomenal to know.
Right, that was a good one.
so is your deity just say yes or no? He can't talk to you or tell you like specific locations or anything like that?
My understanding is if he wanted to talk to me, he just could, but chooses not to. Um, but when I'm able to contact him with these questions, he is uh, compelled to respond. I don't think he has to respond, but he chooses to, which I'm going to take as a sign that he believes in me to some degree. The fact that he's giving me somewhat of a straight answer sometimes.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna say, like, can you just ask him if he can tell us where it is specifically, like, in a specific location besides just Taufel? Because
Yeah, so
Taufel is pretty big, you know.
I agree. And I tried that with this other mystical power to stop um, the judge, and he flat out refused to tell me exactly where it was. So,
I'm
All
sure if
right.
we come across that as an option, we will ask for specifics.
there is part of me that's beginning to get. I'm not going to say confused, but there are too many things lining up. Like, what are the chances are that a deity, a mystical power, and the brother of the Dragonstorm are all just on this one little area up in the north without being somewhat connected?
I think they're one and the same.
All of them?
I think the Storm's brother is Freyja.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or if we want to get pessimistic, they could all be hiding.
Well, clearly that's the most dangerous area. Maybe they're just waiting for people to come up there so they could smite them.
Yeah, or maybe there's no worms there.
Maybe gods just like it cold.
Maybe they all put the judge in there and created it, and knowing that the cold kills everything, they're there hiding and just watching and laughing at us.
Well, Rabia knows why Freyr went to Taufel. It's up to you if you want to correct people on the way that they're talking about your god right now. It's not necessarily insulting him, but they are inaccurate.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely uh, kind of. Now, I don't even know if I would be 100% certain that there's no chance that Freyr could be the Dragon Storm's brother.
So nobody knew that Dragonstorm had a brother. A lot of people don't believe in
Yeah, so
Dragonstorm.
like,
There's nothing that said that Freyr didn't have a brother, or that like a god wouldn't have a brother. That's like a totally different sort of being. Um, but it's not in the teachings of Freyr, and as far as you know, nobody that worships the Dragonstorm knows that connection either. Freyr went to Taufel for much the same reason that all of you were originally headed to Taufel, that there is um, ancient magic that's supposed to be available there. You're going there trying to find something. Alira told you to go there to try to find something that could be used to defeat the judge, because there's ancient, powerful magic that can be weaponized there. And Freyr went there to find something to help people live. He did find the answer to help himself live forever, but it cost him everyone who was journeying with him, and he fell into despair and never left.
So I know why Freyr went up there. He thought that perhaps the same power. It's reasonable, I would say, that Freyr went to seek the same power that we went there, that we're going there to seek. He was hoping to create a paradise, to help everybody. And does it say exactly when went awry? Like, did he in the actual scriptures of Freyr? Is it like he wished for something and the magic was tricked and the wish went awry, or did he just not have enough power to control what it is that was there?
In the scripture, like the teachings of the church, from hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and it was still a prominent religion. That was the end of the story. Was that it was like many religions where this deific figure, this messianic figure, goes away, and they'll come back with this gift or salvation or whatever it is that they went to go get. Someday they will return to the rest of us and bring it to us. So the original scripture said he went there to go get that, and that's where it ended. Where everything else got picked up is when they found him 500 years ago, and he was still there, and they knew it was him because he could communicate. He told them it was him, and he told them, according to the people that returned, that everybody died, and he got sad and stayed there.
But so Freyr was looking for this power, didn't find it, or did find it, and he became immortal. And the scripture ends with him bringing it back, and there being peace and prosperity on Earth. In reality, obviously, people find him, and he's not the same. Now, what that means for us, I don't know, really. Outside of the fact that we're taking the same path for what seems to be a similar reason. We just need to find a way to differ the outcome. And whether the Dragonstorm's brother is Freyr or is another being in search of the same power, and maybe this is just kind of this cyclical thing where every 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 years, something goes off to this area to find this magic. I don't know.
So, was there anybody to confirm that it was actually him
Oh yeah.
and not just somebody pretending to be him?
I mean, I guess
Like shape shifting or something?
technically no. Uh, I find it unlikely based off of the reports that we have of him in his early years from the scripture, and then the written reports after they found him describe a very similar individual. Yeah, I suppose it is possible that the original Freyr dies and some sort of shapeshifter demon thing takes his place, but I don't buy it.
I would say I wouldn't be aware of all this, but that's the popularly accepted truth. When they came back with those, that's what everybody just kind of was like, okay, that's the truth.
Okay. Interesting. And he just stayed there because he was sad? That was it? Because he lost everybody else on his party?
Because he failed. He was tasked with restoring eternal life and freeing the world from suffering, and instead gave himself eternal life, so all he could ever watch was suffering. I guess from that perspective, I kind of get it.
Okay.
I will go ahead and message Sequus.
All right, what are we going to say to this guy? Our good friend. The whole party loves him.
The whole party. By the whole party, you mean me. And I understand. So like half of us. We know the Dragonstorm's brother is on Taufel. Do you know who he is or how to find him?
Bless you.
If we say anything else, we have 6 more words. or is that all we need?
The rest of us hate you.
Still heading up the coast.
He'll say, I don't know much about the Dragonstorm, Ravi, but I have not explored all of Taufel. There are places beyond Freyja.
Well, Sequus, in his typical cryptic fashion, said he's not quite familiar with the Dragonstorm, which is not a super big surprise, but says that there are places beyond Freyja, which I suppose means that the edge of Taufel is where the Dragonstorm's brother could theoretically be.
All right. I don't know what that means.
I guess. I mean, we won't find out until we go to Toffel then. It's like we have no other option or no other stop but to get there, right?
It's. Go ahead, Kriv.
Just saying, yep, if there's a god who can't see his own brother, it's gotta be somewhere hidden from gods.
Now, what if brother is just hiding for a particular reason and doesn't want his older brother or younger brother or whatever brother they are between themselves? What if he doesn't want to be found by him?
Well, they're gonna have to hash that out themselves after they let my family go back home.
And will it be a thunder dragon as well? A thunder dragon? Or would it be a different dragon?
Currently, we're theorizing that it's Freyja, who is not a dragon at all.
For all we know, he's a caterpillar.
They're gods. It doesn't matter. It could be a.
Be a dude with a big beard wearing a toga.
It could be Santa.
Could be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Basically the
could-
North Pole.
It could be the Grinch.
Thank you. Thank you.
It could be the Grinch from on a tiny snowflake in Taufel.
Yep. It is the Grinch, guys. I knew it.
Talfil's just Whoville. That's where Freyja can't
And he
Just a
won't
little
get out.
bit
And he
pretty.
won't get out of there until he messes up Christmas.
go.
Wow.
Yep.
I guess they say no idea is bad, but I don't believe it.
No, I think we're onto something.
Oh, I see.
These musings as you lay in your net, all pressed up against each other, trying to go to sleep in the rain again. That'll be the end of this episode. I think it's gone well. We've been reunited with not a friend, not really.
He wasn't a foe either, though.
Not
A
really.
known person. A known person.
More of a foe than most.
Needs.
Yeah. But a fun parrot man. We got to know how he died. At least he didn't descend along with his friend. So yeah. That's the end of March too. Are we going to be able to play next week, April 7th?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
So far, at least for now.
So far.
All right. Well, until then, sleep tight. Hope it doesn't rain too much. Bye-bye.
Right. What are the
Peace.
odds?